Hi, I'm really close now to getting the car back on the road, so I thought in today's video I'll give you a bit of an update and a tour of all the things I need to do to get it complete and back into sort of a roadworthy state. Without any more to do, I'll get on with it. Well, as you can see, I've got the brake calipers put on the front, the brake pads are in, all the suspension's done up, new brake lines on there. I've done that all the way around. And the rears, there's the rears, they're all in place. You see I've actually nickel plated the handbrake mechanism, and it's come up quite well, and wired on the nuts. Everything else is in there. All I need to do really now is just check the tightness of all the suspension bolts. You've got to use a long spanner according to Kelvin Motors instructions on these CV joints to make sure the CV joint bolts are done up tight. So I made a spanner extension for that, so I'll do that later on. You'll see me do that. Moving to sort of the inside of the car, it's still all in a state of disarray. The gear lever's in the gearbox and sort of partly screwed down. I need to tighten that up and then do the tab washer up on there. Seats are loose, obviously need to put all the interior in. I need to get the fuel tank done. The fuel tank's been, I've coated that with epoxy coating inside. Fur tan seems to work quite well. Bit of a job, but it seems to be okay, so that needs to go in. Then I have a bit of a clean up in here and get all that in. Under the bonnet, it's all, I've got the windscreen wiper motor bolted in properly now. I have had the engine started, but it's a long time ago now, so I need to get the engine to start. I need to fill it up with coolant. What else I need to do? That's it, I think, really. Obviously put the air intake and the filter in, but it should hopefully, fingers crossed, start. I don't know whether I don't think I showed it in a video, but I did actually replace all the vacuum lines on for the headlamp mechanism, and that again works, but because the engine's not run, there's no vacuum in the system at the moment. But I replaced it all with sort of press fit fittings. These are actually metric fittings, but this line it seems to fit, so and work. And the T-piece underneath, again I got a push fit T-piece because I think it's 5/16, which is the original size, but I think 8mm about the same or almost identical. So actually an 8mm fitting pressed onto into the chassis reservoir where that little nib sticks out for the T-piece to go on, and that works well. And it doesn't. It took about, I don't know, about 4 or 5 weeks before the vacuum was lost, and the headlamps popped up again. So that's pretty good. I need to fill the system up with water. There's nothing in it at the moment, or coolant. Check the brakes actually work. I have bled them. So yeah, there we are. That's what I need to do. So better get on with that. Right, the first thing I'm going to do is going to put the front wheels on, because I want to get it off the axle stands, because I want to then do the rear. It's just up on blocks on the rear and check all the tightness of those bolts. So I think the first thing to do is get the wheels back on the front axle. I've tried to lock the disc with a G-clamp, just done up tight with a spanner, adjustable spanner, so hopefully that's going to lock it in place and I can get onto these nuts now. Actually, this, I need to change this span around in this holder. Right, let's give that a go. Oh, that's better. It's pretty tight out. What I need, I need another. That's it. Oh, I can't do that much tighter than that. I think that's good. Right, number 2. Oh, it's pretty tight, that one. Right, that's good, that one. Right, the last one. Right, number 3. Oh, that's pretty tight. Right, I think that'll do. Right, just take that clamp off. There we go. Right, to tighten up the inboard bolts, I've had to clamp the disc there because obviously the bolts face inward so that it turns in a different direction. And then I'll scrabble under here, and you can get to the bolts. You can see them. It's all there, and I turned them one at a time and did them. So that's that done. So just the other side to do now. Right, now I need to put the petrol tank in, but before I do that I'm going to have a bit of a clean up inside, do some hoovering, get all the other body panels out and just have a general tidy up. Alright, whilst the tank's out, as you can see I've got better access to the inside of this rear window, so I'm going to clean those old stickers off. I just have a bit of a clean up here as well. Well, there's the tank ready to go back in. As you can see, you can see the red there, that's the fur-tan coating inside. I don't think if I look inside the tank you're going to see it's not, yeah, you can sort of just see in there, can't you? So yeah, that worked quite well, that coating system. Hopefully that'll proof it against the ethanol petrol. So now to get it in. Well, this bar's got to go under the straps and then in there like that, but I had problems with the one of these bolts wouldn't line up with the hole in the chassis. This is actually one of the mounts of the body to the chassis. There's the other one's the other side. So what I've had to do is jack up the body a bit, well, quite a bit actually. It was about I don't know, 3/8 of an inch out of a line. Anyway, it's now lined up and I can get that bolt in there. So hopefully I should be able to get that bar up and the rest of this put back together. Well, I now just need to get the, I bought a new hose for here because the old one I had to cut to get off. Just need to put that on there. So I think I'm going to try and take the filler tube out, see how that goes. Oh, that's a fill pipe bend put on, and all tightened up. I had to take that out, as you saw, and put it back in again. It's gone back okay. So yeah, so that's the fuel tank in. Well, now I want to change the seat belts. As you can see, this one's lost its push button thing, it's just pinged out. Same the other side. The straps are okay, although a bit frayed, but I couldn't buy just the this bit, so I had to buy a set of new seat belts. So I'm sure this comes out by, this is all loose, just pulls out. That has to unscrew, and I think that is held in underneath here. Take this vent out, and there's a screw bolt. The other side of that coat hook is in there, so I'll undo that, and that should release the belt. Right, well, that's the coat hook out, so this should just now pull away. Yes, and so it does. There we go. Exposing the old seat belt and the aerial battery cable. It's the starter. Right, let's get this old belt off. Well, I've undone this bolt, released the this end of the strap, pulled it through the hole, and now what I need to do is get this off. I need to undo that bolt, but that goes right through. Yeah, there's a nut on the other side up in the wheel arch. I need to get a spanner or a socket on that. There's a new buckle in place. Now I just got to get this new seat belt up onto there. Well, there's a new reel unit in place. All I need to do now is put the side panel back on and connect the other end of the belt to here, like that. Right, there's the tanks back in, and now I've just got to get the inside in, so I've got to get all of this lot back in the car. Well, that's the back in, or the back seats in. I've left that side quarter off because I've got to sort out the headlining line a bit at the top. The foam's gone in there, so I want to change that. And I've also got some problems with mounting the seat belts. So that's it for today. Most of the insides are back in. I'm just going to sort out that seat belt mounting, which needs to be moved over a bit, and the headlining, or the material goes down the side of the quarter panel at the back there, which has come detached. Hopefully next time I'll be getting the engine going and the car will be back on the road. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'll catch you next time.